Thom Hartmann here on the news. You need to know this. President Obama has officially released his fifth annual budget. Once again, the president has put forward a mix of infrastructure spending, investments in education and research, and a plan for additional deficit reduction. Unlike previous budget plans, however, this new proposal offers cuts to Social Security, Medicare, and veterans benefits in an attempt to bring Republicans to the negotiating table. President Obama's plan would reduce the deficit by $1.8 trillion over 10 years through a mixture of spending cuts and revenues. The plan includes $580 billion in new taxes on the wealthy, $200 billion in defense cuts, $600 billion in reduced subsidies and unemployment payments, and an estimated $230 billion in savings from the so-called chained CPI of Social Security. That's the reduction in the cost of living adjustments that will reduce benefits for recipients of Medicare and Social Security. By including the chained CPI in his budget, President Obama has infuriated many of his own party, and Republican leaders refuse to consider any additional tax increases before the president even releases this budget. A senior White House administration official said, if they refuse to include revenues in any deal, then there will be no deal. It's that simple. The last time the administration made such a proposal during the fiscal cliff negotiations, Republican opposition to tax increases prevented the chained CPI from cutting benefits to those in need. The question now is, will Republicans give in to revenues to achieve their goal of destroying our social safety net? We must not let that happen. Call Congress and the White House today and tell them to take our safety net off the chopping block. In screwed news, North Carolina won't be outdone by Mississippi's recent anti-Bloomberg bill. Lawmakers in the Tar Heel state have passed their own law prohibiting cities and counties from limiting the size of sugary beverages. The new law is similar to a measure that recently passed in Mississippi. However, North Carolina legislators took it a step further by including a provision that protects food industry companies from being sued over any illness caused by long-term consumption of their products. Under the guise of you can't sue because you gained weight, North Carolina lawmakers have given the food industry a preemptive pass on any other ill effects caused by the food they sell. This law is not only a waste of taxpayer dollars, it's a danger to public health. North Carolina lawmakers should be ashamed. In the best of the rest of the news, in his State of the Union address, President Obama said gun violence victims deserve a vote, and it looks like they might finally get one. The long-anticipated deliberations on gun control are expected to begin Thursday, as it appears Republicans do not have the numbers to block debate on the issue. The bipartisan team of Senators Joe Manchin and Pat Toomey have been working together on a compromise which will expand the background check system and close the gun show loophole. Even though the bill may finally make it to the Senate floor, there is certainly no guarantee it will become law, however. But finally, senators may have to take a vote on gun control and let voters know whether they stand with the majority of Americans who support background checks or whether they stand with the gun manufacturers' lobby. Oregon Democrats are making the rich pay their fair share. The new budget proposal released Monday calls for limiting tax deductions on individuals who make over $125,000 a year. The plan also targets corporations in that state and closes loopholes that allow businesses to offshore profits. Of course, Republicans in the Oregon House and Senate want more cuts included in Senate Bill 822, which already trims $810 million out of the public employee retirement system. Democrats control both the House and Senate in Oregon, but will need at least 2 Republican votes to pass the tax increases in both chambers. Hopefully, there are at least 2 Republicans in Oregon who understand they can't cut their way to prosperity. Good luck, Beaver State. Lancaster, California is shining a light on solar energy. That city's Republican mayor, Rex Paris, wants to make Lancaster the solar capital of the world. 2 years ago, Mayor Paris started working to require all new homes in the city come equipped with solar panels or be built in subdivisions that produce at least 1 kilowatt of solar energy per house. Paris wants to make Lancaster the center of renewable technology, and he said that entrepreneurs should know if they come and have an idea to create energy without a carbon footprint, we will move mountains for them. The mayor, who the New York Times terms aggressively pro-business, has figured out what green energy advocates have been saying all along. Green technology isn't just good science, it's good business. Mayor Paris says that global warming will eventually convince others to make the switch to renewable energy, and his city will serve as a great example of how to do it. Rex Paris is putting Lancaster on the path to being the capital of innovative, environmentally sound technology. Good work, Mayor Paris. And finally, they say everybody gets 15 minutes of fame. One Florida woman may have preferred her rise to stardom taken a different route. Megan Simmons has become an internet sensation dubbed the attractive convict after being arrested in 2010 for reckless driving. Her mugshot continues to be shared on the web 3 years after her arrest, with snarky comments attached to the picture. At least 280 different versions of the photo have been created with added commentary like, "Guilty of taking my breath away." Simmons says she certainly wasn't thinking about taking a great mugshot, but continues to get asked for tips on taking attractive booking photos. Goes to show you never know when your 15 minutes of fame may happen, and we're guessing Miss Simmons would have preferred that hers was not the result of an arrest. And that's the way it is today, Wednesday, April 10th, 2013. I'm Thom Hartmann on the news.